Okay, let's talk about photography, this time about the Olympus prime lens, and is currently on the camera and filming this video. But first let's take a look at some of the images that I've made with this lens over the years. It is advertised as a portrait lens, but contrary to common wisdom, I would say that it is also a great street lens, as you can see with some images here. Advantage is that you do not have to be too close to your subjects. It is a prime lens, so you cannot zoom in or out. You have to contemplate more about how to frame your image beforehand, and that is the main difference to standard kit or zoom lenses. Focal length is 45mm, equivalent to 90, so it is a fixed tele lens. The lens is surprisingly compact and light, with a painted plastic body, so it is fairly easy to take on the go. The lens is very sharp, details look great, colors as well. There may be a bit of softness in the edges when used wide open, but that's still okay because most of the time the center of the image is more important when shooting wide open. Examples are portraits. I didn't see distortions or optical aberrations like color fringing, so you can shoot against the sunlight and still get very usable images. Focus is fast, nearly silent and reliable, unless you are in very low light. The lens has a wide or fast aperture of f1.8, that means you can get a lot of light in blurred backgrounds, also known as bokeh. It looks great with this lens. It is very useful for portraits, but is less bokeh than a full frame camera with f1.8, so you have to be relatively close to your subject to maximize that effect. Low light performance is also good, but there's no inbuilt image stabilization, and in combination with a tele lens that is a challenge. Of course, Olympus and newer Panasonic bodies have their own stabilization, or you have a flashlight or use a tripod when it is dark. Macro photography is quite restricted because the closest focusing distance is 50cm or 1.6 feet, so you never get that close to your subject, as you can see in the images here. Images do look good nevertheless, colors are very nice, but it's not a macro lens. What about video with this lens? It comes down to the limited purpose of a tele prime lens in video. It looks very good for bloggers, and some YouTubers will prefer the style. You will need some distance from the camera, probably more than 2 meters like I did with the intro video, and hence an external microphone is required and the whole setup becomes more complex. Focus is nearly silent, that's very good for video. Using the open aperture with background blur requires some skill. Of course you can close the aperture or use manual focus instead if you want. So in the end I will give it 5 out of 5 for photos and 4 out of 5 for video. Thanks for watching, I will add some more images and video to this file.